And due to technical difficulties, we are back for part 2. So, this is our untrunking instead of unboxing. Everything we got except for one piece fit in the trunk of the Cavalier. And so we didn't have to borrow a pickup truck to go get the stuff. So anyways, we'll go through and show you what we got. This is all from an auction down in Moose Jaw, about 4.5 hours southeast of us. And actually the guy that delivers my tires told me about the auction, online auction and machine shop retirement sale, and a whole bunch of neat old stuff in there. So of course I bid on a whole bunch of it, but most of it went way above my budget, so I got what I could afford. And anyways, some stuff I was looking for and some stuff that you didn't know you needed till you seen it, but neat stuff anyways. So we'll do removal opposite of install. So this was the last one in. This is a really big drill, about a 5/8 or maybe a 3/4 chuck on it there. I haven't even checked to see if any of this stuff works. What's it say on there? United States Electrical Tool, Cincinnati, Ohio. Universal motor. Whole bunch of amps on there. 10 amps. 3/4 capacity. 110 volts. What's that? I think I'm putting more dirt on than I'm wiping off. That could be 100 load RPM. Anyways, that's a nice big drill. She come with the big pipe handle on her, so you can thread the big old pipe onto the top side of her there, and you can bust a leg, not just a knuckle, with that sucker. And this is one of them ones where I could afford it, so I got it. Might be handy. How's that for a grinder? She's a big one. She's straight out the end, and she takes cone wheels on the end there. And I don't know if you can change these mandrels, do something else with it or not. And I don't see any ID tag on it. It kind of has a Black & Decker look to it. But anyways, yeah, she's a big one. There's my boot. Ain't even half the length of her. So anyways, we'll have to try that out. And I wanted a couple little grinders, so a little Bosch and something else. Anyways, 4-inch grinders. They're handy to have because you can run them one-handed pretty easy. And let me see. Then we got this. This is a real prize here. Now, who can guess what that is? I think it's actually missing a part, but yeah, it's missing the canisters, I think, that go in the top here. But what that is a what some people call a spray welder or powder welder. It's for doing basically weld buildups. You put an iron powder in it, and then you heat it up. You got a torch handle here that heats it up, an oxyacetylene torch. Well, that's what it is. And then when you turn the powder on, the powder sprays out into the flame and basically brazes onto the shaft. So you undercut your shaft on the lathe, and then as it's spinning in the lathe, you heat it up with a torch to get it up to temperature, and then apply your coating, and then you can machine it back to size, used for redoing seal surfaces and that kind of stuff. And then we got a bunch of different hones and reamers and stuff here. So this is a small hole hone here, and see, she's been wore some, but it's handy getting down into little things and whatever. But I'm sure we can get consumables for it. And let's see, another little box here. This is some old stuff here. That's another set of small bore hones, and they're basically got the feet wrapped with emery cloth, and you adjust. These are adjustables, same as an adjustable hand reamer, and it's got all the instructions in there. Instructions for burnishing, instructions for lapping, expanding mandrel feature, and so on and so forth. And these, I think, are all the racks for the big hone that's in the car. Yeah, those are all the different racks to set your different widths for different holes, and different wipers and stones and stuff. All the accessories for that. And this is a heavy one here. Come on now. There we go. So this is a K.O. Lee & Son valve knockout tool. And can't say I've ever seen one before, but I'm sure we'll find some use for it. And we've got a K.O. Lee valve grinder. But anyways, we'll find some information on it. See how to use it, or if we need other parts for it, or any other information. It's got a bunch of stuff in there. So anyways, sometimes you get you put a bid on something because it looks interesting, and you end up with it because nobody else knows what it's for either. And then we've got a couple of these are just regular cylinder hones, deglazing stones like you would have on your like you would do regular engine cylinders with. And a small one for doing like wheel cylinders and stuff like that. I use them on lifter bores and engines just because I can. And here is some really interesting stuff. Let's see if we can get it somewhere where you can see it a little bit better. I don't know, we're lit up pretty bad here. And these GoPros ain't the best for different light. Anyways, I don't know if you can see it or not. It's this one doesn't have the handles on it, but it's a tool for lacing belts, for flat belts, putting the lacings on the end of them. And they actually still use them for doing baler belts and stuff like that. But I'd say the last time that one was used was when the machine shop ran on flat belt. And then there's another one here, and it has the handles on it, and it even has a piece of belting with it. I think yeah, that's old leather belt. Look at that. Anyways, this has the handles, so you can squeeze down like that. That spring's supposed to be a return thing, but anyways, might work. Anyways, so you release it. You got the pin here, so you stick your lacing in, stick your pin through. Maybe we'll get right side up here. Stick your pin through to hold your lacing in place, and then stick your belt in, and then it ratchets down. You can lock her down tight, and then give her the coup de grace there with the handles, and that crimps the lacing, and that's what you end up with. Is everything laced up, and then you put a pin through, and you can splice belts, or that's what it looks like when you do it, and then you can lace it together, do whatever you want. So I actually got two of them. They were both in the same lot. They sold them together. They had them as placers, not splicers, but I don't imagine there was, well, some of the farmers might have known what they was, but most of the time they just go buy new belts and they're already laced, and they probably don't even know how it's done. But anyways, there is a place in this area that does baler belt splicing, but I got flat belt stuff here and in New Brunswick, so now I guess I just have to buy some lacing and of the right type, and I can go to work splicing stuff up. So that's about it. There's this stone here. I don't know what it's for. It looks like it might be a valve grinding stone, seat grinder. Anyways, whatever that is. Then I'll have to go around the other side and we'll get the big hone out that all those racks go to. And we'll set you there for a second. Now, this one, of course, you put different lengths of rod on it if you wanted to, but that's the hole in there, and you can turn the thumb screw there and adjust it out, and then it's on a yoke so that it, like a gimbal, double yoke, so that it stays straight regardless of where your shaft is. And you'd use that for, well, you can hold any cylinder, hydraulic cylinders and stuff. And then they got this big long rod. It's got to be 5 feet long altogether, and probably for reaching down inside hydraulic cylinders, honing them, cleaning them up if they're scored. So anyways, that's what I got. Some of it I know I'll use, some of it I may never use, like a lot of stuff I got, but you never know when you might need it. And I'm interested to get that, they call it Rototech Process Shaft Protector Kit. And so anyways, we'll have to find the rest of the accessories for it. There was 3 of these kits there, and obviously this one didn't have all the doohickeys in it. But luck of the draw, when you buy something, you don't know what's going to have all the stuff. But anyways, I should be able to buy the stuff for it. Give me something to look for on the eBay or whatever. So anyways, that's what we did today. We drove down to Moose Jaw and back, down through Saskatoon, down toward Regina, turned off at Chamberlain, went down to Swift Current, or down to Moose Jaw at least. Pick stuff up, then come back over to Swift Current, and then come back up through Rosetown and Bigger, and then Battleford, and back here. One big loop. So anyways, haven't been on a good road trip in a while, so it was nice to get away. Anyways, that's it for now. End of part 2 of the Friday Night Disaster Report for this week. And we'll try to get another one out here once we get some of this stuff cleaned up and working and figure it out, and keep you updated on what's going on.